Welcome, everybody, to Hunter Graham's first ever under par round of disc golf on any course. We're excited. Hunter, who are your sponsors?
Innova Champion Discs and Kids Disc Golf.
Hey, everyone, I'm Matt Graham, and this is my son, Hunter.
What's up, everybody?
And we're just about to watch you put down your first ever under par round of disc golf on any course. How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
You're 10 years old. That is an amazing thing. You've been playing about, 8 or 9 years since you could barely walk?
Yeah, I think it was 8.
Yeah, and what's your favorite layout at Maple Hill?
I really like all of them, especially the Diamonds course and Old Glory.
Diamonds and Old Glory, those are two great courses. Today we're going to watch you on Reds, and I think you're just about to step up to hole 1. Here we go. Hole 1 comes in as a par 3, 265 feet. I think I just heard that disc snap out of your hands. What are you throwing?
My Paul Macbeth Star Destroyer.
Just putting it almost on an ace run there inside of circle 1. It must feel pretty good. What are you thinking about this putt?
Well, now I was thinking I need to bang this 20-footer, and which I did right into the basket.
And you can hear the gallery up there, or actually next tee time. Maple Hill does tee times cheering for you. Awesome start there with the birdie. Here's hole number 2, par 3, 250 feet. What's your game plan here?
Just to throw as far as I can straight to the basket, but try not to go beyond the right side.
Yeah, OB plays up the right side over that wall. Looks like you got a little lucky there through the trees, but you still gave yourself a chance for a 2 here. Oh, and you did hit the basket. That was a good effort. Are you okay with a 3 on this hole?
Well, yes, because I've only gone 1-2 before, and it was like a 90-foot throw-in.
Yeah, this hole plays elevated, so it's a little bit uphill and out of the reach for the 2 for you. But here's hole 3, par 3, 260 feet. How does this hole shape up?
It goes straight for maybe about like 150 to 180 feet. Then it has a big dog leg right up to the basket.
Yeah, your position here is actually about basket high or even just beyond. You're just going to have a simple upshot there. What are you thinking for your upshot? What disc? What's your plan?
Well, my upshot, I'm thinking about using my XD since I use it for about all my upshots. Plus, it's one that I love a lot because it's really glidey and a bit understable.
Shout out for the XD being gifted to you by a local Jeff Chauvin. Thanks for that. And awesome tap in there for another par on hole 3. We're going to step up to hole 4. So Hunter, you just got through 3 holes. How do you feel about the start?
Good, because me being 1 down is one of my better starts to the first 3 holes of Maple Hill Reds.
Awesome. Can you walk us through what your game plan was on hole 1?
Well, my game plan was to use one of my sort of flippy destroyers, throw it flat, that way it would turn over, but have a slight fade back into circle 1 and have a shorter putt like I just did on hole 1.
Yeah, so you're always happy with a 2 on hole 1?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Because it's better on the left side than on the right side. Or is it better on the right side? Yeah, it's better on the left side.
Sounds like you're talking
That's
about
right.
where you'd like your drive to land. If it's going to land early, you said it's better on the left side, and I think you're accurate. It's pretty rough if you hit a tree and go right here. So what's your plan? What's your disc throw here?
Well, my plan is to try to flip it up to straight, which I did, but it turned over.
What are you throwing?
My KC Pro Rock.
Yeah, that was actually, you pushed really far down the fairway. And honestly, you're going to have a fairly easy up here. A little few trees to miss early, but just what'd you lay up with?
My JK Pro Aviar.
Okay, giving yourself 15-foot putt. Pretty smart play there, I think. With the opportunity for all those roots on the ground to cause a roll into the water or something. Great play there, another par. You have deuced that hole quite a few times. Here we are on hole 5, par 3, 201 feet. What's your typical play here?
Just to throw a hyzer shot all the way around this clump of trees and let it skip into the basket.
But you did get the hyzer early. I think you got a little lucky, but the results are there for you. It looks like you're going to have a 15-footer or so for a birdie. And there is another birdie. Now you are 2 down through 5 holes. How are you feeling at this point?
Well, I was thinking, I really think I am going to beat my record because how can anything go wrong when I'm 2 under through 5?
Yeah, that's a great mentality. Here's hole 6, par 3, 193 feet. Plays to a slight peninsula out into the water. and is truly a beautiful hole. And you just parked that right in the bullseye. Awesome shot. What disc was that?
My same as hole 4's first shot, KC Pro Rock.
Awesome. That was just an easy tap in two. You are now 3 down through 6. I'm sure you're left feeling very excited about that. Stepping up to hole number 7. This is also a par 3, 222 feet uphill, and it looks like you're throwing that Paul Macbeth Destroyer again. Honestly, it looked like a good rip, but you had the angle off a little bit. Set yourself up to hit a first tree. And everybody does that once in a while. Here's your upshot. What disc did you just throw?
I threw my AVR 3.
Yeah, that's a proto stamped Star AVR 3. It looks really beautiful. Another more or less tap in here for your first bogey. But I think your mental game has grown a lot in the last year. You're able to walk away from that not being shook. So here's hole number 8, par 3, 222 feet uphill. What's your goal here?
To throw a disc that flips up and slightly turns over, then hides back up into the green.
So you threw that kind of how you wanted, I think. It looks like it just hires it out a little early, and with the basket being on the side of this hill, pushes everything down if you're early like that. But you still left yourself with a birdie putt here. You're really wanting this. Yeah, just missed the line out of your hand, but you get a little tap in 3 there. Walking over to hole 9. Hole 9 is the only par 4 on the whole red layout. It plays the same tee pad as the pros do for the gold layout here. It's up the hill to the top. It looks like you're throwing your really beat Star Sidewinder. What's your plan on that tee usually to do?
Well, my plan is usually to have it fly up the left side and let it flip over and eventually get enough distance to have like a chance to go down into the basket.
Right, and with this being a par 4, it looks like you can be pretty aggressive on the second shot, because going long on this, if you go really long, you'd go into the water, but otherwise you'd leave yourself with a birdie putt. So here you are, stepping up to what is going to be a birdie putt. You going to go for it?
Well, I was thinking I should lay up, but when I thought about it would hit the basket and probably stay where it hit, I would decide to go for it.
Yeah, I think, honestly, if you're feeling confident that you're going to hit metal, it's worth going for, and I think you made a great choice there to walk away with the birdie. This is, there's water surrounding so many of the holes here, and this is one of the walks to hole number 10. 17 feet uphill. What's your plan usually on this hole?
To throw as far as I can right up the hill and have an easy approach for the 3.
Yeah, and I think easy approach is kind of understated here. You have to get it up over that wall. If you hit the wall, you risk rolling away. But it looks like you just threw your XD exactly how you want to, leaving yourself with another short putt. You're really not testing your putts today. You're leaving it close to the basket. Is that what you want to do?
Well, yes. All the time, I really just want to throw my approaches to within 10 feet of the basket.
Now, I just noticed you're flipping your disc when you go to putt. Is that because you forgot a mini?
Well, yes, I forgot my mini because I usually always forget about minis because I usually I actually don't know why, but I just forget.
We're just playing casual rounds often, and at tournaments you do play that. So this looks like one of your overstable destroyers, and you can see the frustration right out of your hand. Definitely hyzered too early. You're normally going for circle 1, right?
Yeah. I usually land within 20 feet of the basket.
Yeah, so this is one you'd like back, but it looks like you're close enough that you should be able to just like that, toss out of the trees and give yourself a drop-in 3. It's not what you're looking for, but honestly, getting a 3 on any of these holes is going to happen when a drive is not exactly how you wanted it to play. So there's another par. All right, stepping up to hole number 12, par 3, 233, downhill in a tunnel-type shot. Looks like you're throwing that XD. What's your plan?
Just to throw it straight and let it try to get over the bigger gap. But I almost went over the bridge, but I just was a bit too much to the right.
Yeah, hit a tree. It looks like you gave that a good effort. You hit the rim there, and looks like you're feeling pretty confident with your putts today. If some of those went in, You'd even be further under par at this point. But 3 down through 13 or 12 holes is not that bad. So here's hole 13, par 3, 240 feet. I'd say this is probably the tightest hole on the course. Looks like you hit the gap there. Looks like it highs it out a little bit, but you pushed really far down the course fairway there and leaving yourself, look at this, maybe about 50 or 60 feet. So what's your plan here?
My idea was just to throw it and try to get it in.
Wasn't a bad choice because you have the hill as your backstop. That was a good run there for a 2. It would have been a very bonus 2, but now you've left yourself with a short. Toss in there for your par, yet another par. Still 3 down through 13 holes. This is the best you've ever done. Are you keeping track of the score at this point?
Well, I was keeping track of the score all through the round, but in some holes I really was only thinking about my first shot.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I think you've come a long way in your mental game with score there. So hole 14, par 3, 303 feet. This is the second longest hole on the red layout. Typically, you're not wanting to land at the base of a big tree like this, and you'd rather push up the fairway far enough that you don't have that type of a shot. But your approach there was perfect. Another short putt, tap in for a 3. I think you're okay with that.
Yeah, and usually on my first shot, I usually can push to 70, 60 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, so here's hole 15, par 3. It's over a larger type ravine, 235 feet. The basket is propped up on the top of the hill. This is the same tee pad that the pros use for gold. They just push longer than reds. And your destroyer comes in on nearly the line you would need for an ace. Skipped a little long. How do you feel about that?
Really nice. I was thinking it was going to be parked, but then I noticed once it hit the ground, it was probably going to hit the basket. But then when it didn't, I knew it was probably far down the hill.
You were really dialed in, and honestly, missing that putt there kind of hurts when you can see you're lining it up like, man, I want that back. But you know what? Every round you don't get every deuce that you normally do, and sometimes you get others you don't. So there's another par, walking away on hole 15 with another easy putt for 3. Here's hole number 16, 200 feet uphill. It really plays probably about 270 to 280. Looks like you flew through your flippy destroyer there. Are you happy with that result?
Yeah. And at the beginning, you were telling me that it would flip over, but in the end, it didn't flip over and it hyzered out.
Yeah, you got a little. That bush was in your way there. It kind of caused you some trouble on, putting there. But again, another tap-in 3, still 3 down through 16. Hole 17, do you like to try to ace this hole?
Yeah, I usually always go for the ace run, but usually I always end up either hitting an early tree or going through the left side gap like I did here.
Yeah, it's only 154 feet. It is a lane you got to hit. And with this elevated basket, it's slightly difficult compared to what it used to be. But I think you pushed far enough down. You're outside the circle here. You going for this?
Yeah, I always would go for this sort of putt, and I ran it down as soon as it was out of my hand.
Yeah, man. Wow, you can really see that you were so sure about that, immediately leaving your hand. Let's take a look at that again. Look at that. Just chasing it down. Awesome putt there, buddy. Super proud. 4 down through 17 holes going into the final hole 18. I think at this point you actually mentioned to me that you knew your score, and I knew you were excited going into 18. Your goal here is really to miss everything but that first pine tree in the middle of the fairway. You're ripping your destroyer nice and hard and just get around that. Oh, man, you can't believe it. The one tree that's in your line there and you hit it. What were you thinking?
I was thinking probably would have gotten far enough up there where I would have a shot right onto the green, but in the end it just hit the tree.
And you made a choice here. I think probably smart. Just a layup. Give yourself an easy bid here, even possibly to throw in. But just getting yourself another tap in for your only second bogey of the round. Excellent round, man. I think you just demonstrated some amazing disc golf skills, especially at age 10. Hey, Hunter, you just shot a course record of 52 on Maple Hill Reds. How does that feel?
Really good.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching.
I want to thank my sponsors, Innova Champion Discs and Kids Disc Golf.
Yeah, and your first ace ever happened at age 6. And what'd you say?
2 minus.
2 minus, everyone.